Hello and welcome to ETE 401 Educational Studies. Today we are going to do our presentation based on the topic violation of dressing code. And I am Mr. Robbie and I am the first speaker of our presentation. And Numatani will be our second speaker and he will be talking about the possible causes of violation of dressing code. And Cynthia David will be the third speaker. She will talk about the possible causes part 2 and Jacqueline Kerwa will be our fourth speaker, and she will further elaborate on the effect it does affect the students. And finally, our main speaker is Maclean Akape will talk about the comprehensive ways and then he will conclude our presentation. Without further delay, I'll be proceeding on with my presentation and I'll be talking about the introduction. I'll be defining the term violation of dressing code and further talk about the importance of the descriptions of violation of dressing code. Violation of dressing code is formally recognized as key unprofessional behavior number 10 by Teaching Service Commission within the context of schools in Papua New Guinea. This specific misconduct refers to any instance where a teacher fails to present themselves in neat, mode, and professional. Exception is not arbitrary, but it is confined in the ISC or Code of Dressing Code of the regulations in the Teaching and Services Commissions, which is mandated that all teachers must dress in manners that upholds the dignity of teaching students at all times. In the practical reality of PNG classroom, violation manifests in 7 ways. For male teachers, these include it attending classes wearing shorts, thongs, singlets, or caps. For female teachers, it includes wearing tights, short, Mary blouse, trouser pants, or laptops, or extensive jewelry that is distracting in the learning environment. Appearing with the dirty torn clothes, uncombed hair, or unshaved faces also reaches the code. This behavior is classified as unprofessional because teachers they are appointed as public officers under the Teaching Service Commission Act 1988. And Section 60 of the Act requires that these maintain conduct beneficiary and the office. Furthermore, the importance of dressing extend beyond appearance. It's directly influences the formal tone required for effective implementation of standard-based curriculum. When a teacher dresses casually, the learning environment becomes informal, making it difficult to enforce discipline and SBC values. The Teaching Service Commissioner takes this seriously and may respond to the formal investigation, suspension from payroll, or termination of the employment.
Okay, I'll be talking about the possible causes of violation of dress code. Here we have stated 3 possible causes. First one is the financial, number 2 is training, number 3 is system issue. According to Teaching Services Commission, TSC, most frequently cause is financial hardship, particularly for new graduates and teaching posted on rural and remote areas or locations. This usually occurs when delayed payments of salaries, high cost of living in towns and cities like Lei Morobe or Port Moresby, and the other one is purchasing the other one is responsibility of supporting the extended family, so they cannot prioritize purchasing professional clothes. As a result, they wear whatever is available at the very moment. It's common in every schools in PNG where every new graduates they don't get paid at the same time, or they are teaching in 2 or 3 years without pay for them to support their financial needs. So this is where they are cheap and they cannot afford some of the professional clothes. The other one is the other second major cause is lack of awareness of training on professional ethics. According to a Teaching Service Commission Code of Regulations and Ethics, many graduated teachers focus on content knowledge but lack practical instructions on TSC or education. They mainly focus on their academic and they are not trained to do professional dressing, or therefore new teachers enter the schools or workplace without clear understanding that school is a professional environment, and apart from market or village where different dress standard is to apply. The third one is under the Teaching Service Act 1988, there are systematic failures in school leaderships where some head teachers do not do proper dress themselves or to conduct induction sessions that will set clear expectations. Without this leadership, teachers are left to do whatever dressing at their own. This is the problematic area for teachers, especially those who are doing casual dressings like headmasters and those leaders in schools. They have to set example by do proper dressing and groom themselves, because every new graduates or the teachers, they have to follow their footsteps. If they don't do proper dressings, the teachers, they won't follow their dressing codes, and the academic performance will drop.
Violation of dress code is an unprofessional behavior in schools in Papua New Guinea. There are possible causes that caused violation of dress code. Number one is attitude. Number two is moral and cultural factors. Beyond economic and trading deficit, the personal attitude and moral of teachers significantly contributes to dress code violation. Low moral is a pervasive issue in the Papua New Guinea teaching service. For instance, teachers who experience poor working conditions, lack of teaching services, resources, and overcrowded classroom or perceived disrespect from school administration may become disengaged from their professional responsibilities. In this state, neglecting personal appearance can become a form of passive protest or an expression of the belief that the system does not care for me, so why should I care about its rules? This directly contradicts the professional commitment expected under the Teaching Service Authority. This may further lead to teachers may feel low and small and may not fully impart the knowledge onto the students. Another critical factor is the tension between community cultural norms and professional standards. In most Papua New Guinea societies, daily attire consists of t-shirts, shorts, and bare feet, which is perfectly acceptable in the village context. However, the school is a formal institution of state. Some teachers, particularly those who remain living in their homes, communities, do not make the cognitive shift required to adapt to professional dressing standard. They are not deliberately disrespecting the profession, but are applying community norms onto their workplace. Furthermore, peer influence also plays a role in violation of dress code. For example, if senior teachers at schools dress casually, new GDT teachers are more likely to follow the established unprofessional culture also.
I'll proceed on with the effects violation of dress code has on the students, the school, and the profession. The first effect is degradation of professional authority. Teachers dressed in casual attires like wearing singlets and thongs or t-shirts with long, short trousers are perceived by grade 9 students as peers rather than professionals. This shift in perception makes classroom discipline and behavior management difficult. It hinders the effective delivery of complex curriculum contents, and it undermines overall learning outcomes due to lack of respect. The second effect is failure as positive role models. Since the standard-based curriculum aims to instill values like integrity and responsibility, a teacher's appearance serves as a silent lesson. When teachers ignore professional standards, they signal the students that institutional roles are just optional. This often leads to a decline in student discipline and disregard school uniform policies. The third effect is damage the reputation of the institution. In Papua New Guinea, the school is a vital community pillar. Lack of teacher professionalism can destroy parental and stakeholder trust in the quality of education. It also leads to reduced community support and parental involvement in school organized programs. And the fourth effect is severe career consequences. Beyond the classroom, a breach of dress code carries heavy administrative risks. The Teaching Service Commission may enforce disciplinary actions such as suspension from the pay, formal warnings, termination of employment, and effectively ending the individual's teaching career. Thank you.
I'm going to talk about the comprehensive ways forward. Addressing the dress code violation requires a multi-level approach involving policies, support, leadership, and training. So here are some of the steps or 4 ways in which it can be addressed in the dress code violations. First, clear policies are essentials. Every school must have a written dress code aligned with the Teaching Service Commission Code of Regulations and Ethics. Head teachers should also provide induction for new teachers using practical examples of appropriate professional attire in the PNG context. Second is financial support, which financial support is very important in schools. Can introduce a professional attire savings club where teachers contribute a small amount each fortnight. This helps them afford proper clothing and remove financial barriers. Thirdly, strong leadership is a key. Strong leadership is a key. School leaders must model professional dressings. When issues arise, they should first address them privately and supportively before taking formal actions under Teaching Service Act 1988. And lastly is teacher training. Teacher training institution must prepare future teachers by teaching professional ethics and requires proper dress training and teaching practice. So these are the 4 steps in which we can address in a code of violations. To conclude our presentation, the violation of dress code in PNG school is a serious form of unprofessional behavior that goes beyond more appearance. It reflects a teacher's commitment to the standard values and responsibilities outlined in the Teaching Service Act 1988 and the TSC Code Regulations and Ethics as discussed. Such leaderships and low moral, but regulation of the courses, the impact is significant. Unprofessional dressings weakens teachers' authority, negatively influence students' behavior, and damage the reputation of schools within the community. Teachers role models, and their appearance send a strong message about discipline, respect, and professionalism. When this standard is compromised, the quality of education and the integrity of the teaching professions are also affected. However, this issue can be addressed through clear policy, strong leadership, practical support system, and improved teacher training. By working together, teachers, school leaders, and training institutions, we can ensure that professionalism standards are upheld. As future educators, as a GDT, it is our responsibility to lead by example. Maintaining a professional dress code is not just about following rules. It is about preserving the dignity of the teaching profession and creating a respectful and effective learning environment for all students in Papua New Guinea. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Yeah.